What's up, guys? It's your girl Shy Gemini coming to you with another recap for Basketball Wives, Season 7, Episode 11, 7-11, 7-11. I didn't even know it was coming on yesterday. I went home anyway, but I was just scrolling through social media and I'm like, Basketball Wives came on yesterday. But anyway, I just want to focus really on the situation with Malaysia, Cece and Kristen, of course, Jennifer, Tammy, whole debacle with their situation. So, when Malaysia, Jackie, Cece, and Kristen went to that beer tasting, I was super annoyed with Kristen because, now she's playing the dummy role. You said what you said to Jennifer about Cece, about how you all's relationship is more of a surface friendship, but you get mad when she doesn't invite you to her event, her birthday party. Like, there is no way in hell if somebody tells me that we're more of a surface friend than like a real friend, am I going to invite you to a celebration of my life? I'm just confused and baffled at the fact that Kristen was just so shocked. And you could tell that Cece in this moment was still like unbothered. She did what she did. She didn't look to have any regret about it. So, Kristen, you just got to be careful what you say and who you say it to, because Jennifer definitely was being messy in the moment to have you all at odds. So I don't understand why you were so upset. And I was kind of getting the impression that Malaysia was upset at the fact that Cece said what she said. You wouldn't invite somebody to your event or your birthday celebration if they said that to you. I know that for a fact, Malaysia, because you don't play that. So I don't understand why we so upset with Cece in this moment standing up for herself and not being phony. I ain't gonna phony kick it with you now. But anyway, Jackie invites them to do a PCA though. PSA. Oh my God. PCA. PSA. In reference to like police brutality. She's going to have that and event to follow to actually release the PSA. And the PSA, I think she got the idea because we know that Malaysia has been struggling with getting over dealing with police and seeing them. She's very traumatized at it. Even when she sees them from a distance, she's traumatized because of the death of her brother. Well, she reached out to Officer Norm. Everybody knows who he is. He's that white officer that got a lot of soul in one of them southern states. I think Arkansas. And everybody loves him on social media. He's always on Instagram. Everybody in the community, he's always playing with the kids and talking to people. And I guess he's one of those officers that maybe she can feel comfortable with meeting and trying to get over her fear. So when Jackie came to her house, she let her know that she reached out to Officer Norm in his DMs and asked could they meet, and he agreed to. Jackie said she would be there, she'll be supportive of her, and she really wants her to get past this fear. Jackie, you have been a model citizen throughout this entire season. I got to say that I am extremely proud of you and how you've done like a complete turn, because you have not been your usual crazy self. So they met with him, and poor Malaysia, like, he was in plain clothes. He wasn't in a uniform, but just still the thought of him, she knows he's an officer, she just freaked out. I was just, in that moment, I just felt so bad for her. I'm like, oh my gosh, she was crying and she was just like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. But when Jackie talked to her and got her to calm down, she finally did calm down. She came to herself and she began the conversation and the dialogue with him. She let him know exactly what happened to her brother, and he was listening, and he told her, I apologize for that. I want you to know that I do care, and I just want to understand what your fear and your phobia is. And she let him know, we all feel like, well, we know that the officers are supposed to be here to serve and protect, but she's just afraid because of what they did to her brother. And even when he was laying out dead, when his twin brother tried to come and be with him and comfort him, the police drew a gun on him and were aggressive towards him. And she was like, I thought even in that moment that, he lost somebody, that they would be nice and caring, but they weren't. And, he said what he does in his hometown is he develops a relationship, which I've always said. I've actually had this conversation today. Police officers need to go back to community policing, getting to know everybody in the neighborhood, gaining people's trust. I haven't even been through a situation like that, but just seeing everything on the news, it just makes you afraid. And I'm terrified of police. I was actually stopped by the police today. I kind of rolled through a stop sign and they got me. And I was so scared, like my hands were shaking. I just made sure I kept my hands on the steering wheel. And whenever she asked me to get something, I just reached for it then. She asked me, was I a concealed carrier? What she used the abbreviation. I didn't know what it was at first until she said, are you a concealed carrier? And I said, no. But she was actually nice, and she let me know she was recording me too, which in these days don't mean nothing because they can record you and still shoot you. So I was just terrified. So I totally get it coming from Malaysia, who experienced something way more traumatic. Like, I get it. So her talking to him, you can tell that some of the weight has been lifted off. Like each time she talks about it, from when she talked about it to her son, to meeting Officer Norm, like you can tell that the healing process is going to be a slow one. It's going to work for her. I feel like now all she needs to do is talk to somebody and get rid of that anger, as she already stated she has to Jackie. So she definitely needs to just keep working at it, because as long as we're on this earth, police are always going to be around. So, and you're going to need them. Unfortunately, I hope it's for nothing terrible or anything, but there may come a time when you need to call them. So definitely keep working at it, Malaysia. And I really hope that she gets the help that she definitely needs. So Kristen has been on this campaign of trying to figure out what's going on with Jennifer and why people don't like her, and she's actually feeling bad for her. And I'm like, you've had several examples, several things that's been told to you of why people don't like Jennifer at the moment and why they don't trust her. And even in your own situation, something that you told her in confidence, for one, she got it wrong because you said, you didn't say that you weren't her friend, but you said, again, on this surface bullshit. She got it wrong, and she shared it with the ladies that I'm sure you had no intentions of sharing with them. So why can't you see for yourself that she may not be the person that she tries to paint herself? So, she's still talking about this stress she's going on with Tim and all that. And Kristen is just eating it up. And I'm like, girl, wait till she burns you, because she's definitely going to do it. So she asked her, what is the difference between you and Tammy? Well, Kristen, I'm going to tell you what the difference is. Was Tammy messy in bringing it up a year later? Absolutely. Absolutely. But the reason why nobody's mad at Tammy is because she wasn't the one who actually started and initiated the conversation. So, unfortunately, yeah, I may have been side-eyeing Tammy too for not telling me this information right away, but Jennifer started it. It's unfair, but that's the case. So she's just like, she doesn't feel it's right that the blame be all on Jennifer and nothing on Tammy. But we've never known Tammy to be a liar. So messy, yes. Liar, no. So that's why I feel like people are more forgiving of Tammy. But Jennifer lets Kristen know that she has receipts of her own to present to the group. So when they go to Jackie's PSA release event, she's gonna bring it out. So yeah, nice commercial. She had Kristen involved with her baby. She's so cute. OG was there. I must say, the both times that we saw OG on this camera, OG, you looked good. That black hair works for you. Simple outfits, not trying to be overly sexy, works for you. Less is definitely more. We would like to see more of that, the less part. So yeah, she looked really good. And they also discussed the fact that OG and Kristen have gotten over their differences. And it was because Kristen actually reached out to OG during the play to make sure she was okay, because she was still going through her grieving process over her brother. So, yeah. So, when Shani and Tammy met, they talked about the situation. Shani let us know again she will have nothing to do with Jennifer. Maybe a year down the road, maybe they can try to work something out and be cordial with each other. Tammy said, I don't care if it's 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, 10 years, 20 years. I don't want nothing to do with the bitch. If I never talk to her again, it'll be too soon. So, but, you know, Tammy let it be known that she thinks that Jennifer is thirsty to be in the in crowd, which is true. She's definitely thirsty to be Evelyn's friend, so she will never have any respect for somebody like that. So we're at Jackie's PSA video release party, and before all of the other girls get there, Kristen asked Malaysia, you know, are we cool? And she was like, well, I mean, we're cool, but, you know, I'll never see her for your friend. Like, she's a conniving snake. I don't trust her. And Malaysia is still pissed that she tried to use her like she was her own personal puppet. So as long as you don't try to make me be friends, which I hate, you can be friends with somebody I don't like. That's cool. But don't ever try to force me to be that person's friend. It's not happening. So she can deal with that. So after Malaysia told her that she felt that Jen was a conniving, horse-faced snake, she was like, well, Jennifer says she has some receipts too. And I'm like, oh my God, who cares? So Shani walks up and she's like, what y'all here talking about? What you talking about? Like, Shani walked up at the perfect moment. Kristen asked Shani, like, what makes what Tammy did different from Jennifer? Again, yes, Tammy had her motives. I don't care what nobody say. And Team Tammy is probably going to come for my neck like y'all already done a couple of videos. Tammy definitely had motives. I don't think she was sad or upset in a way that, oh, Jennifer's decided not to be my friend, so let me throw a little wrench in her situation. I feel like it was all about the get back. Like, okay, you want to push me to the side and play me dirty or whatever? I'm going to throw a little monkey wrench in your little friend. Since you want to be her friend so bad, I'm going to put this information out there. I'll do a double whammy. I'll get rid of Shani and Evelyn not want to be bothered with you. She didn't start it, though. Even after all of that. Jennifer started it. She came to Tammy with the information. She went to Malaysia and some other women, according to Tammy, about what she heard about Evelyn, or what I honestly believe she made up on her own. She ain't heard shit from nobody else. She made that shit up. But anyway, there's the difference. And Shani said, you know, she was willing to throw her friend, her real friend, who was allegedly her real friend, under the bus, made her look bad, and then throw me under the bus in the process. That's why I can't rock with her. She started the rumor, basically. But Kristen feels like they're both equally to blame. They're both equal. But ain't nobody listening to Kristen, and nobody feels that way. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, Tammy gets to skate on this. But she's like, you know, she shouldn't have started it in the first place. She shouldn't have shared no information when she didn't have no airtight proof that it actually happened. So when Tammy shows up and OG shows up also, and they're talking and communicating, and then when Jen walks up with her, hi ladies, I hate the way she talks. Oh, it drives me nuts. Of course, it's awkward as hell because ain't nobody messing with her but Kristen. So Shani asked Kristen why did she ask the question about who she felt was at fault. And basically, it started from there. So again, Kristen is explaining why. Jennifer overhears them talking about the situation. She comes over and then she starts talking about, yeah, I got receipts too. I got my own receipts. And Tammy was like, okay, all right. Well, Shani, will pull it out then. So she takes out her old cracked phone that she said she had the receipts in. And she just fiddling. And it was so embarrassing. She was talking all that shit. And she fiddling, trying to, first it looked like she was trying to put the code in. So she looking. So while she doing all that, Tammy already got her receipts ready to read to everybody. So she looking and she scrolling and scrolling and she got the scrunch face like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm having. Just give me a second. Let me keep scrolling. I'm gonna have it. And then when she gets to the point where it's supposed to get juicy, oh, it's deleted. And before that, she was like, you know how somebody got to ask somebody a question, but they really don't want to ask, so they ask all aggressively. And that's how Jen was. She was like, well, do you know the dates? She was like, around 26 or something. Of course, hers is deleted up until the day after. I think that she said the 26th. It was so funny. You talked all that shit about having receipts and then you couldn't even produce it. Girl, you are lying. You were lying from the get-go. It was... And everybody's sitting there like, okay, it's more proof that you're a liar and you said it. And she's going back and forth trying to put it on Tammy. But Shani got her right together and was like, you said it, Jennifer. You said it. You started it. So it's no denying it. You can't back away from it. The damage is already done. You did it. So what are you trying to prove here? You already, even when they had the Ponderosa, you said that you were wrong. So why are we trying to backpedal again? You're done. You're done for. And Tammy, she checked you. And she called your whole card. And you were standing there looking stupid as hell. So that was it, y'all. That was the episode. Again, I am team nobody. So, but I feel like even though Tammy, I would kind of be questioning why you waited a year, honestly speaking. But it's still not her fault. I know some of y'all was going to be pissed off by that, but it's not her fault because Jen started it and she made the rumor up. She ain't heard from nobody else. She made that shit up. So that's it, y'all. I feel like as time go on with the season, it's going to get better and better because it's going to get more and more juicier and more fights are going to ensue. I'm just trying to get to the part where Malaysia throw the table. That's all I want to see. That's it, y'all. I hope y'all have a great week. It's Monday. I hate Mondays, so I had a great weekend, though. I had Fogo de Chao. Ooh, I ate like a king. But anyway, that's it. Thumbs up this video. Like, share. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.